Maria Szymanowska. Europe's first woman to win international fame as a professional pianist, was also one of Poland's earliest female composers. She wanted a different life from that available to women of her social class in the early 19th century. Her phenomenal talent and instrumental brilliance prompted her to break with convention and embark on a professional career, even though she came from a family with no musical tradition. Szymanowska soon had Europe at her feet, enthralling audiences from St. Petersburg and Paris to London and Naples. The great Polish bard Adam Mickiewicz declared her the Queen of Tones, while the German poet Johann Wolfgang Goethe was so enchanted by her talent that he dedicated a poem to her on the soothing powers of music, reconciliation, as part of his trilogy of Passion cycle. Born Marianna Agata Wołowska in Warsaw on the 14th of December 1789, she was called Maria by her family. Her parents, Franciszek Wołowski and Barbara Lanskorońska, owned a brewery in Grzybowska Street. Their home became a popular salon for famous European musicians who gave concerts in Warsaw, with Józef Elsner, the Warsaw opera director and teacher of Frédéric Chopin, among the frequent guests. Like most girls from affluent families, Maria was taught to play the piano from an early age. In 1810, she married Józef Szymanowski, with whom she had 4 children. When Józef decided on agrarian pursuits, moving to a farm outside Warsaw, Maria chose the piano and social life in the big city. To earn a living, she turned to piano lessons and musical composition, a skill in which she was self-taught. In 1819, the world's oldest continuously operating musical publisher, Leipzig-based Breitkopf and Hertel, issued 70 piano miniatures by Szymanowska. She was the second female composer in the company's catalogue, after Hortense de Beauharnais, Queen Consort of Holland. Most of Szymanowska's pieces were written as practice exercises for her piano students. Her works ranged from etudes and preludes to dances, minuets, polonaises, waltzes, marches, mazurkas, as well as songs. In total, she wrote over 100 compositions. Her most recent biographer, musicologist Danuta Gwizdalanka, believes that Szymanowska took up concert tours as a way of exploring a world she had only heard about in Warsaw's drawing rooms. Maria understood that concerts would bring enough money to support herself and her 2 siblings, who accompanied her on tour. Highly intelligent and resourceful, she knew how to win people over and used the novelty value of her unusual career choice to arouse interest and sympathy. Taking control of her own career, however, required Maria to divorce her husband, since married women in the first half of the 19th century were legally barred from making business decisions. For this reason, Maria was fond of claiming that she had to make money to support the children, though this was not true. She understood that the role of a devoted mother won her more public sympathy. Maria gained her first concert experience during a tour of St. Petersburg and Moscow in 1822. Her reception was so enthusiastic that she was appointed first pianist to their Imperial Majesties, the Empresses of Russia, the wife of Tsar Alexander I and his mother. This title opened doors to all aristocratic salons. In the summer of 1823, Szymanowska ventured to Western Europe, visiting Berlin and Paris, where Conservatoire director Luigi Cherubini became an admirer. After conquering London, Szymanowska traveled to Italy, armed with letters of recommendation from Gioacchino Rossini himself. After stops at Milan, Florence and Rome, she reached Naples in December 1824. This concert tour, modelled after the grand tours so popular at that time with well-bred young men, ended with sightseeing in Venice and a concert at the Teatro La Fenice. Szymanowska's audiences were impressed not only by her technical virtuosity, but also by her ability to make the piano sing with emotion. This was no mean feat given the instruments available at that time. Maria played pieces by contemporary composers, mainly pianists such as Johann Hummel, August Klengel, and John Field, as well as polonaises by Michał Kleofa-Soginski. She was also admired for her grace, beauty, and stylish outfits topped with extravagant headgear. While glad at the opportunity to earn a living and see the world, Maria grew weary of constant travel. Riding in a carriage drawn by 4 horses, usually with her own portable piano, she covered thousands of kilometers, always in transit. In early 1827, having returned from a 3-year tour, Szymanowska gave a farewell concert in Warsaw at the National Theatre. Subsequently, together with her 2 daughters, Maria settled in St. Petersburg and supported herself with piano lessons. Szymanowska died on the 25th of July, 1831, during a cholera epidemic. She was infected and afterwards had a stroke. She was buried in Mitrofaniewsko Cemetery, liquidated a century later. In 2010, a symbolic gravestone was erected in her honor at the necropolis of the Masters of Art.